like, you know how much I love Mambo, and everything I do is always to give the customer the experience of Mambo. And I never once do I think, right, obviously people come and see me and I'm looking in that respect and we have, when are you playing, we're back again. But I'd say now I've got the kind of confidence to believe every night I'm going to do a great job. Mm-hmm. But I don't have the arrogance to believe I'm greater than the job.
There you go.
You know what I mean? So
that's the clip right there. That's the clip. Taking you guys on a journey of the music of the past, present, and the future. Welcome back to Mambo Tales. We are here in season 5 of Mambo Tales. It's crazy to say that out loud. And we have, well, he's been on every season of Mambo Tales. He's done an episode. I think he's the only DJ that I can say that for.
Probably was.
Yeah, to be fair. I mean, he's a machine. You see him every day here, every week here at Café Mambo. It's Ryan McDermott. This is his 9th season here at Café Mambo. Thank you so much for doing this, man.
Always a pleasure, man, boss. Always a pleasure.
So yeah, as I was saying, this is resident DJ here for his 9th season at Café Mambo, 10 seasons in general for the company. Let's just start there. What have you seen change through your 9 years here, 10 years here?
Do you know what it is?
With the company.
We've just off camera there. We've just been talking about another resident DJ, Andy. And the main thing which has been on my mind this summer a lot more is the kind of how I still love doing the sunset, but how it's becoming not more difficult, but the mindset of the new generation coming through. So over the years, obviously we have our regular clients coming back, customers, and so you have customers who were coming to Mambo because they were at Mambo in the 90s.
Right.
Or 20 years ago when Andy kind of started. Right. So then you've got people coming to see Jason from 30 years ago, people coming to see Andy for 20, and people who have kind of been following my journey for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
But more, I've noticed over the past few summers, but sometimes when I'm doing the sunset session this year, and the more younger, so every year there's obviously new 18-year-olds or even just new people, doesn't matter what age, and they're coming, and I'm feeling, it could just be me, but I'm just feeling that it's certainly not getting lost by any means, but obviously the new generation, by no fault of their own, because I had to discover it, when they're coming here, they're starting to, it's to get them on board with what the chill out and the sunset sessions actually mean. And it's only really recently that I don't know why, it's obviously happened every year since I've done it. There's been new 18-year-olds coming to Mambo. I'm just referring to like the people who can actually come on holiday for the first time, 18, and have an Ibiza holiday. But it's interesting to see that it's always interesting to see the different dynamic of people and ages down at Mambo when you have that, and different groups of people, stag do's, hen do's, couples, people just sitting on their own, whatever. But this year, that's something that's just been on my mind, where I'm noticing, it's in my head now, so I'm paying more attention to the younger people out on the terrace, and because I can kind of just say that they're a little bit like, what's
going on?
What is this?
What's
you know what I mean?
point?
Because, truthfully, if you weren't aware of it, and you see, Mambo is predominantly known for, everyone's having a party and it's like so to come and not really be fully aware of Mambo, but obviously her, because now they can do the tick lists of, we've got Ushuaia, High, Parrot, Universe, Ocean Beach, whatever. So obviously Mambo is a big thing on their holiday tick list, and they'll be coming obviously to enjoy themselves, have a good time. So when they come for that part, it's just interesting it's obviously, let's say, no fault of their own, but it's great I like having that challenge to get them to kind of see
get them on board
with it,
you know what I mean? This is what we do
because
too,
obviously things have changed, adapted, moved forward, whatever, but that's what I you know me, I love doing the sunset session. But but before I even arrived in Ibiza, I was so immersed in everything about. I try to learn as much as I could from all the DJs from Mambo, and even in Ibiza, it doesn't have to be. There's obviously sunset DJs elsewhere, like even like Latoria. And these kids, they won't be looking for that.
So that's what I was gonna ask you, because like, well, how were you when you first got here? I mean, your first year in Ibiza, but you just answered me. So you kind of already knew it. Before you got here, you were doing your homework. You kind of
I had like I said on one of the stories before, we actually had the first bar I was playing, and we had Jason and Andy come and play. Obviously, they weren't playing chill out because it was kind of slash nightclub bar. But then, of the first real Ibiza DJs that I'd met or been introduced to, so when I'd follow them on Facebook, then I'd see, wasn't as amazing as you social media guys are now, but they had they had videos on YouTube that I could watch, or it might not, I think it was called Beat TV, and Jason was on, I might have spoke about this before, but Jason was doing the sunset sessions, or there was one with Andy on, and I remember obviously you'd see when was this, 2015, so maybe Swedish House. I mean, I'd been to Mambo, so Swedish House Mafia, David, you've seen all them videos that I think you were speaking about recently. And it's like you're watching that as, how old am I now? 35, so 25, 20, 21, 22, and then that's when we're coming with Big Thing. So that's what I mean. I don't, sorry, just going back to what I was saying about the change in mindset. When I first came, I didn't actually see a sunset when I was a bit younger. We just came for, or we just so happened to arrive when a party was on. I think we saw David Guetta here or whoever was playing. But I could kind of understand that if I'd turned up
earlier
and Jason, and I hadn't heard what Jason or Andy had been doing beforehand, I would be a bit like not. I just wouldn't understand. I wouldn't be like. I'm not like, it's not bad or good. It would just be like, what? You know what I mean? So, but luckily, I always remember I used to work in my dad's factory. And I put Jason By's session on, and it must have went into a sunset session. So I just remember used to work in a window factory, so really loud. I used to have me like the ear protectors on, put my headphones in, and I'm just hearing this just back then like this like loungy, nice, just but it's the video. So it's like, but obviously I had my phone, whatever it was in my pocket, and I went like that, and then it's like Jason doing his thing, and then the shot of the sun, pretty like similar to what you guys do now. And then I was like, so obviously moved the foot because I'm in the middle of the working day, so I wanted something to keep us entertained. But then when I've got home, I went back to that, and then I'll just sit and watch, and then it was like I was watching it, you could see the sun in the sky at so far, and then he was playing this, and then it kind of dipped into a bit more mellow, and then a little bit of that as the sun setting. So it was like I was watching the time scale of the sun going down, and so that just intrigued us, and I don't know why. It's just because he might play like Luther Vandross, and I was like, maybe I was just lucky or whatever, but I was immediately drawn to that. I don't know why. I just thought, wow, that music, the setting, everything it just looks amazing. And then I listen to Andy's, and Andy, as you all know, all of us residents here, it's what I like about us. We all bring the same thing, but in our own, I like to think we all have our own identities, 100%. You know what I mean? So Jason was more, or at least in this sunset session, because Jason, I'm not saying he just does that, but it was more like 80s, like Crockett's thing.
Yeah, he loves the 80s stuff.
80s vibe, 90s, well, playing movie soundtracks, but then Andy was a bit more eclectic, which over the years I've started to love more and more. Like I think Andy calls like world music. You know, you might hear like a track from an African artist, so it's a bit more.
100%.
I don't know. The only way I describe it is like world music. So two very different musical styles and approaches to it, but both of them suited it. But to be for that, there was only about 2 or 3 I could watch, so if it would have been good. And that is where I essentially pinched, if you don't know, my first tracks for the sunset. So because Jason played that track, I know you like Nightmares on Wax, You Wish.
There you go, yeah.
He played that, and I remember hearing that and thinking, nice, that's a killer. So I still play that now. And just whatever, so I kind of, which is what I've always done, you know, kind of, so Nightmares on Wax, I hadn't heard of that artist. I heard that song, however I found it, got that song, and then I've discovered Nightmares on Wax, which is the way to do it. So, but yeah, it certainly hasn't changed in terms of what we do, but I don't know why, and it's
the audience.
I don't know why I'm more focused on I don't know why I'm just noticing that a little bit more, and I can just. But it's good. It's a challenge, and it's hard because you kind of like you can. As an example, there was a group there a couple of days ago, and I could tell they were just waiting for the guest, which is fair enough. Like, they've come down to see the guest. So I'm trying not. You got to try and not get in your own head about it. You know what I mean? Which I'm so used to now and get out of it. But still, it's still there, and because I'm really trying to please everybody.
Yeah.
So the rest of the terrace, everyone's chatting. It seems there's a good atmosphere. It's lively. Everyone's just doing things. Sunset was a really good one. So that's what I want. But then I'm just like, but I just want you to be happy as well. Yeah. So that's why. I mean, if anyone watches or is here, you'll probably maybe play like Oasis or very recognisable tracks. Maybe a little bit more than not for any other reason, but that's just the music I like to play. Mm-hmm. But it's for that reason to try and get them on board. Kind of, it's a weird thing, but that's one thing that I've noticed that I've like. I'm not obviously that'll have happened, like I said, over the past 10 years, and I might not have noticed it because obviously there's new generations each year. Mm-hmm. But that's just something this summer that I'm noticing more, and because it just does now. Purely down to obviously the growth of the social media thing. So I feel a lot more of the younger generation are 100% coming to Mambo now, especially now because they can view it from all angles. You know, they can sit at home now and watch the YouTube every night from all of us.
So bunch of different places to see it. What I'll say to everything you said there, which is I didn't expect the answer, really good answer. I can see that, but you have to also remember that maybe 10 years ago. So what you're saying is true. Every year young people technically would be coming here. So maybe they have that same approach every year where they come and they're like, they don't understand this. But it's different now. I also think it would be different now because in 2026, I think like just in general, things are different with all, like you said, all the social media, attention spans are shorter. So like slower, chill out music when you're coming, thinking, expecting this, maybe it's gonna jar you a little differently than maybe a 18-year-old from 2001. I don't know. That's another interesting thing to see. You never know. But that's really cool that you mentioned that you're looking at that you're actively, you had that in your mind when you're
but it's such a obviously it's such a weird and wonderful booth to play in because I can see that and I can see a little bit here and a tiny bit there, but then there's a mountain of people around the side. So it's one of them where I'm just hoping and praying that the people I can't see are having as good ones. So I'm only really judging 25% of the reaction, shall we say. That
you want us to get us a couple of screens in there and the inside so you can see the corners. So what are you looking at then? Like just to kind of to piggyback off of that, what are you looking at when you're like in the booth and you're looking out? You're looking like for smiles, for laughs, for people singing along. Like what gives you the reaction that you're like, yeah, okay. Just they're on board, or I don't know if I got that table yet, or what are you looking for?
Well, one, a reaction of turn around and see if I do play an Oasis track. I know I'm going to get a good reaction because we have a lot. Well, everyone loves Oasis, so if they don't, you should. Hey, but
come on now.
So you're going to get like a turn around like, wow, I didn't expect to hear this, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be anything like a thumbs up. Just I can see talking about that out the side of the window here, just like the chairs that run along the smaller terrace. Mm-hmm. And if it's just a couple sitting there and maybe they just hug each other a little bit more, or they're focusing on the sunset and you see them maybe just, I don't know, share a moment together, have a kiss, or just a foot tapping or a hand on the table, where it's just like, you don't have to be giving me any kind of like, it's just like you're acknowledging the music's there, but the fact that you're hugging your partner or you're just having your dinner and your foot's going on, the music and everything is just it's there, but it's not. It doesn't have to be there. So I just appreciate the little moments. Yeah. But really, as long as everyone's just laughing and smiling, they might not even really be paying too much attention to the music at the time. But which is still good because it's not
subconsciously you're enjoying it.
Yeah, it's going in with, it's part of your night. It's just flowing in and out of your ears anyway, and you're just with your friends having a good time. It's not. You're not enjoying it to make a point of going whatever. It's hard to kind of get. But I'm not looking for anything in terms of like a well done or anything. But I enjoy that when I just see people having a good time and the music's going. But I was only saying this to a friend of mine who isn't a DJ, and I was saying, I have in my own head a kind of structure of the night. So when I start at 6 till 7, everyone's kind of arriving. So I'm just playing a bit more like housey, like arriving type of vibe. So, you know, something a bit, and then that seeing them sit down. And then when I start seeing a lot more of the food come out between 7 and 8, everyone's just focused on eating, chilling. The sun's pretty too high up anyway, so there's not a great deal at the moment, because, you know, when it's like 7:30, that golden hour moment,
there you go.
That's not really there yet. So you can be a bit more like just backgroundish, just settling in, get your drinks. And then 8 o'clock, when it's starting to come down a bit more, and there's maybe the sky's going a bit more golden, that's when you start seeing the phones come out. So then you want something, or what I try to do is maybe half an hour of recognisable songs for everybody, because before, it's kind of like, it might be weird thing to say, the attention wasn't on, like I said, me or the music, to a degree. But then I want everybody to, if I play at, I don't know, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay or Ordinary World, because even if you don't know the song or the lyrics properly, everyone's going to know that song. Sitting on the Dock of the Bay,
100%.
no matter what age, you've heard it. It's just, it's in everyone's conscious. So everyone's going to go, whoa, kind of realise it's on, and then, whoa, the sun's there. So then you kind of, so then it's like, no, attention is back on me now, because this is what's happening. That's about to go down. Let's all of us just, and that's when you start seeing the phones out, and it's a bit more busy around sunset time as well. So, and that's so that 45 minutes beforehand is when you'll start hearing all the tracks like Oasis and stuff like that I play. But that's what I love, just the I'm kind of lost track of where we were with it. About getting reactions.
Yeah.
Because because everyone, they might just be chilling, then I'm watching that the plates are being taken away maybe, or they've finished and they're a bit more laid back, more drinks are coming, so everyone's starting to relax a little bit. So it's all this thing. So then, especially, shall we say, with like a group of lads, they're sitting there, I know that Oasis, so then bang, so instantly they're like, oh, right, we're here now, we're having our drinks. Like the atmosphere just completely changes, and especially if it's a pure golden hour sunset, then everyone is just focused on that for half an hour. So that's when you can start introducing, I don't know, like a Gladiator theme song, and that's when but because in my head, because I've kind of given them 25 minutes of they have pleased you, but now come on, you're on my side here. But also still trying to please them. Like most people have watched Gladiator, so you're not gonna expect to hear that. Or I do try and find a lot of edits or slow down versions of dance, all classic songs that everybody's going to know. So it's just a kind of case of, like what I said I think on the last Mambo Tales, case of just couple for me, couple for you. But we all want to have a good night here. So.
Well, I feel like I said this in the last 2 episodes I've done, and I'm gonna have to say it again. But it was the first episode of Mambo Tales we ever did. It was with Jason Bai, and that was one thing he said. He said, you know, doing this job, like, you're not just playing the music to please the crowd. You want to play music that you personally like yourself, and that's from the best resident DJs that we have here, you, Andy, Jason. That's what you guys are doing. You're playing music you guys genuinely like yourself, and you're doing basically what you just said. Kind of see if you can get the crowd to bring them along on the ride. Like, oh, I like this too. You know, you got guys Shazam, and you got people Shazam. Like, oh, what is this? Like, maybe. Or if they haven't heard it, or if they haven't heard this version, or, you know, and that's something that you play with a lot. You'll play a song that's maybe really common, but a different version of it, or like a cappella version, or this and the third. So yeah, I think like that's really cool, that whole concept, and I feel like it's crazy that idea. The last few episodes I've been doing just keeps coming back, like the concept of you guys playing the music that you love, and finding a way to like transport that to the audience so that they also love it. And that's what always seems to happen with you guys. My next question I wanted to ask you, so we've been over this before, but like you're one of the few residents as well that plays all 3 sessions here at Café Mambo. What I wanted to ask you about that is, and you kind of already touched on you touched on a few of my questions already, answered some of them, but what is the, like, could you give me like what our audience can expect depending on each one of those sets? Like start from daytime, then go to sunset, and then go to nighttime session. What can an audience, someone that's their first time at Café Mambo, what can they expect from each of those 3 different sessions? Where is the difference? What are we looking at?
Well, the difference, again, Mambo being where it's placed in front of the sea, so start with the daytime. You get the sea, it's a bit more chilled, you've got the breeze. Morning, the daytime session is 12 till 6. So realistically, you get a lot more families.
Okay.
A lot more people hungover.
Let's be honest.
That does happen on the island.
There you go.
Or you just have people just passing by, maybe walking the dog, and then do you want to come? Okay, I'll stop and have a coffee. So daytime is just a lot more, especially, well, it's 12 till 3 p.m.
Yeah.
A lot more relaxed. You're going to just hear a bit more, like, well, especially with me, a bit more funk, a bit more soul, just completely relaxed vibes. It's nothing too in your face. Obviously, it's a bit more down tempo, a bit more just chilled, because either you're in the sun, or if it's not a sunny day, you can still sit in the, like, sit covered if it was raining or a bit cloudy or whatever. So just a bit more happy, bit more loose, bit more. It doesn't have to be house music. That's why I love doing the daytime, because there's another 6 hours of completely different music that I might not play. And you can get house music and other residents play, but a lot more just chilled, to a degree, background music. You know what I mean? It's like the DJ isn't the focus in the daytime at all. More people can certainly come, especially with kids that want to come in the booth and get a picture of Mambo. Certainly not of me, but you can. I always say, do you want me out? Do you want me in? If it's family picture.
They always watch you in the man.
So it's and probably better for families when I'm saying that, in that respect, as it's not as hectic as the night time. So families can just come and relax anywhere with the kids, no matter. I mean, kids are allowed to come at Mambo in the night time as well, obviously, but it's not as hectic. Yeah. And then going into the middle of the afternoon, it's always it's quieter due to everybody getting ready to come back out on the night, or they've been at Mambo having their breakfast. So like, let's say the daytime is just a nice chill vibe, nothing too heavy, nice and relaxed, funk, soul, disco, house. You can still play anything you like. And then it goes into the sunset. Like I said, that first hour could just be probably a bit more housey side, and then it goes into a bit more deep house, and then you get the golden hour. And that's obviously, I see it's a different kind of relax to the daytime, because it's not, even though the daytime is a bit more relaxed music, it's still a bit more upbeat than the sunset sessions kind of music. Okay. I mean, because I'll be playing like 80s remixes in the daytime, like Pointer Sisters, or Give Me the Night, or maybe a Michael Jackson remix, and that's just something that everybody knows, happy music in the sun. If you're sitting there, you're going to recognise it. And then obviously you have the sunset session, which then leads into the guest DJ, if we have one on that night, which is then, so sun goes down, at the minute it's about 9:23, so by 9:30 the guest is on. You have an hour of that uplifting house music, or whatever music that guest is going to play, which is then party time. And then normally I go in my head till about, I'd say, midnight of, okay, we can have a right party and everyone can have a good time. So if I'm taking over, as an example, like tonight is a glitterbox party, as we're talking about. So David Penn's going to do 9:30 till 10:30, glitterbox music, good, feel good vibes, and then I'll go on. Say pretty similar style to what David's probably going to play anyway. Fair, yeah. And then at 12 o'clock is when just kind of start bringing it down, because I play till 2 a.m. So you can't, not a Mambo anyway, I'm not saying I couldn't do that in general, but you can't keep that kind of level up. So step by step, as the night's kind of coming to an end, and people are starting to obviously move on to the clubs, or wherever the night's moving on. So it's if you were here all day, you'd hear all kinds of music. You know what I mean? And it's normally me who is here all day.
Yeah, so he will be here all day on Sunday, I think.
Yeah, Sunday's a 10-hour set coming up.
Sunday's a 10-hour set.
Easy, man. Easy
money for this guy. Jeez. So we're going to finish the episode with an idea, but I want to get through one more question before we get to that. We're going to go back to what we did last season, where we kind of had some music playing. I wanted to hear what you'd play next.
Okay.
But I also want to add a new part to it, because you just gave me a good idea when you were just explaining that to me. We'll get to that. You also touched on this question already a little bit, but you started from sunset. So let's start. I want you to start at the top of your day. Like, there's a lot of people out here that want to do what you're doing. We get the messages every day, like, hey, I want to play at Mambo. I want to do this. You're not just playing at Mambo. You've been playing Mambo 10 years. And you've been playing every type of set imaginable. So like if anyone's to ask, you're also a library, which is great. You really know your stuff. Like you guys heard how he just broke down literally how he structures his sets and stuff. I wanted to get your resident routine. What's your routine, Brian McDermott's resident routine on, let's say, the perfect sunset session? Does that start for you in the morning? What do you do? What are you doing as you get to that sunset session to play that session?
As in, like, how am I preparing for the session, or what?
100%. Everything you're doing the whole day. We want to hear your full routine on your resident routine for a day, or even Sunday.
Well, here's the thing. Actually, I did it, and it's the first time I've done it. But I've done it more predominantly because I keep asking you, because we're putting the YouTube sessions on.
Yeah.
And I see a start from, I know we joke, but can you start as early as I can? Because I want the full 3 hours. Because, not that I would be a bit more, I certainly wouldn't be I wouldn't be lazier, or lazy, because I'm not saying I'm lazy, but I wouldn't be lazy, but what that kind of gives us is, it makes me think a lot, maybe that 10% more than what I'm normally am, because I know I'm being, so then it's put, I've kind of, so I'll, like a day to day for me, you never know what you're going to do in a big when you wake up. But most of the time, my day, I wake up, shower, and I just walk. I don't know where I'm going to go, and I'll maybe text a friend, where are you at? But I just maybe walk the beach. I don't really sit on the beach, but I'll just walk. And see what happens, and see if I meet somebody, unless I'm off that day. And in that time, I'll kind of put a playlist on my phone of the new songs that I've got, and then I'm kind of trying to work out if I wanted to play this song, but I know that I'm at me, say, like, lounge part of the evening, what would work? Like, what style? If I'm playing a bit more Afro-y or a bit more 80s or whatever, and I wanted to get to a bit more funky, I can't just go like that jazz. I can't just boom, boom into that. So my head's always going, that would be, or I'm just thinking of all the music that I've got, because I'll be at Mambo and I'll flicking through my USBs, you probably see, and then I'll go, that's a joke, I should write that down. And then, because then even on that night, I'll go, right, I'll play that later, and then you finish and you're going, I'd said to myself, play that song, and I didn't play it. I didn't play it, but I did this I did the closing sunset last year, and I've never done this before, but I was like, right, this is the last one of the summer, so I have to nail this. And I found out the time of the sun, when the sun was going to go, and for the 2 hours before, I put it on the laptop, I put together a playlist, and but then I had my notebook, and I put, like, so that's 6 minutes, and to a degree, I went from sunset song to the song at like 7 p.m. And I thought, right, that's going to lead into that. That's going to lead into that. Because normally it is most of the time it's off the fly. I'm never that structured. But
I remember that set. I remember how it went. But you tell me, how did that go for you? Actually,
it went as perfectly. Luckily, even the sunset was amazing. So because obviously that at any moment I might have had to change anything. But I thought, right, if this is going to work well, that is because I've started with a bit, like, I think it was Simply Red, Phil Collins, a bit more, and also, sorry, I tell a lie, it started from 6 because the sunset at that time was 7:30, so I only had an hour and a half anyway, earlier, so I didn't really have much time to warm up for the sunset, so that's the only time I've done that. But I'll be going through new music anyway on my phone, or I'll just find old playlists and listen to stuff and think, right, I definitely need to write that down. But the notebook is still, I don't know if that's just me getting old, but I'm like, right, that's got to be a thing. But it's just, I'm really lucky in respect of obviously how long I've played here, but just how, going back to the original thing I was saying about the younger generation is where, and shall we say, you start niggling your own head. There's like I've just got a confidence now.
There you go. That's what I was hoping you'd say. Yeah. In myself, but where I've been able to kind of train my head to just stop talking, because there's a lot. You know, I've had so many days. Like if a new resident might have done a sunset, and I say to them, look, what you think is happening is not relating to them out there, you know what I mean? So you have to kind of talk yourself out and just kind of let the music do its thing in a way. But I'm lucky, I guess, that like I'm because I never, like, you know how much I love Mambo,
and everything I do is always to give the customer the experience mambo. And I never once do I think, right, obviously people come and see me and I'm looking in that respect and we have, when are you playing, we're back again. But I'd say now I've got the kind of confidence to believe every night I'm going to do a great job. Mm-hmm. But I don't have the arrogance to believe I'm greater than the job.
There you go.
You know what I mean? So
that's the clip right there. That's the clip. We found it. Yep. There you go.
So every night I might look like I'm laughing and stuff, but I'm still the same, like nervous. You can't come anywhere near me 10 minutes before that sun's going down, because it's like, you never know what, like last night as an example, it dissipated and then, okay, we're going to see a bit and then the full bit, and so it's always a chop and changing thing, but you can plan it, apart from that one, which worked a treat, that's 1 in a million chance, that last summer's one. Yeah. The day-to-day routine is just, you can only really put together and say, these are great songs, and then like you're going off the changing of the clouds, of the weather, if the sun's disappearing, if it's starting to rain, the sky, the weather dictates everything about mambo.
Okay.
Not everything, but like, in terms of the music. Because if it's dark and cloudy, you can't play your deep lounge music, because because everyone's, their mindset, the customer is like, well, it's like doom and gloom now. So you got to switch that with happy disco music, Mm-hmm. So it's strange and it's amazing, and every single night is a lesson. And if I don't learn something good or bad, then that's what it's, because even if in my own head I make a mistake, that's a lesson. You know what I mean? So I love it. I still love it now more than ever. The older I'm getting, especially that sunset thing, I don't know, maybe it's my old age, my grey hairs, I'm just appreciating that, and you'll probably say that a lot more. I'm taking more of it in. You
definitely are. I've noticed that. But
we have like a wall bar thing behind the booth in Mambo, and I mean, I'm not standing like that, but like most times I'll be frantic searching for the next track. But recently I've just noticed I'm enjoying the music as well in that moment. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's a magical thing, and I love what you said about the audience, younger audience, and trying to bring them along, because in about 10 years, those same kids are going to be the ones that are going to be appreciating this the way that
I would like to think so. But and also you might have like I've seen some comments about kids and that not appreciate, but really they're not at fault. Yeah, they just don't. I didn't know at one point. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't be angry. You can't say this or that about them, but you try and I'd love them to be 28, maybe coming with their kids in 10 years and thinking, we came in on our world, he got whatever. You know what I mean? And hopefully which it will, just keep passing on. But the chill out side of things is, especially at Mambo, other places, like say he's got Javier, who has Latoria, and that's a different kind of sunset magic up there. And that's one place I'd like to play like. I need to
never played Latoria?
I've never played Latoria, no.
I would have assumed you played there. Okay.
Maybe push more, but
there you go. My last question before we do the last part, which I think I know the answer to, or you probably said it in the past, but who would you credit like most? I mean, maybe we're not gonna put in like a hierarchy, but who would you credit most for like teaching you the most that you have learned for doing the job that you do? Who would you say you'd credit the most?
I can only really and always look to Jason and Andy.
That's what I was going to say. You're probably going to say.
But I've only purely through listening to them. I've never actually sat with them and asked any questions. I've just
really.
No, obviously I've Jason, like what was the first sunset or whatever, stuff like that. But I've never actually sat down and said, how do you do this? I spent that much time down here in my first season,
watching them,
listening, watching, making notes, right, or trying to work out the timings and stuff. And it's funny because it's kind of like one of them where I said yes to the job and then learnt as it went.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but that happened in the first DJ, the first bar I ever played in. I could barely DJ then, and somebody said, "Do you want to come play?" Yes, and then so I went there and I just thought, well, the worst thing is he's just going to kick us off. But like I say, luckily I had an idea of the sunset music. But for sure, I mean, like I say with the confidence thing, every year I'm still learning and still know. And because I mean, example, last night I put some songs together. I thought, oh, these are going to be good. And in my own head, I was like, oh, maybe. Nobody was giving us any bad or good, but it was still like, right, okay, so there. Why? And then I've got to submit whether we're in the right order, wrong time. So every single time is an like I say, an amazing lesson. But I've never had like a teacher. That's not because nobody's give us the time. I just haven't asked for it. Yeah, I've just learnt as I've went, and then as each year's passed, then I've had more confidence, like I say, to start making my sunsets more individual. Like I say, the first ones I was pinching off Jason. So it was like what do you call it? Like I don't know if it's the right word, but like a mutation of all their sets into my set, and then it was like, right, okay, I'm still doing another one, so they're enjoying it. So then you start thinking, okay, well I can add that one. That's something that I like. And then bit by bit, where now, like last night turned up and I've got no idea. I go off the people, the vibe, the weather, and that's an amazing opportunity and place still to be in 10 years later, man.
Oh man, that's wonderful. Okay, so we'll close this with the musical side of it, which we did last time. I'm gonna give you a few songs. I'm gonna just play them here on the phone, and I want you to tell me what song you would play next. We did 3 of these last time. We'll do 3 more now, and then I'll have one more section. What I'm gonna do is, because you gave me the idea, I want you to just give me one song that you would play in each one of those moments that we were talking about. We were talking about going through a day at Mambo. Okay. So a daytime set song, a sunset song, a song that you... So you mentioned 2 moments, and Jason mentioned this before, and it's really good that you said that. There is the sunset session, but there is... The music that you play during the sunset is not the exact same music you play when it's the last 45 minutes of sunset, which I'm really glad that you made that distinction. That's very important. So I want you to give me a song that you play before that 45 minutes,
okay, and
then a song that you play at the 45 minutes. And then I want you to give me that song you play at the nighttime session, the song that you play right after the first.
Okay.
Okay. So that's 4. So it's going to be 7 songs in total. Okay. There'll be the 3 songs I'm about to give you now, and then the 4 songs.
See how much this guy works, me.
Hey, man. All right. So, and I'm going to throw something. I'm going to throw something.
So these I have to tell you what I will play next on this.
After these, yeah. And they're not all going to be like, I'm just throwing anything out there. I'm not even sure what I'm going to choose this time. Here we go. First one.
Ooh, titanium.
So we got...
No, it's not even titanium, is it? Without you.
Without You, David Guetta and Usher. This is like super commercial, let's say this is like a radio song. Sorry, here.
Wow. So if I was playing after this,
I really wanted to throw him off this time. Let's see what we got.
I would probably go for it's not the Fisher rework of it, but I have got a edit of but you see it's nothing like that, so it's not even going in that vein. But
do you want me to?
No. I would play it.
Like go to the part where you hear the beat and stuff.
No, it's not. It's not about the mix. How it sounds. It's just the kind of. I play a remix of somebody that I used to know.
That's funny. You want to see the next song on the list?
Well, it's not the Fisher version.
It's not the Fisher version
that I've got. Okay, but all I'm thinking of, because I've never had to take over anyone playing that.
You haven't. It's true. I don't. So not that I've seen.
I'm just trying to think in my top list in my USB of songs that everybody kind of knows. But
tell me which one.
Of what? Oh,
the next song you want me to put? I'll type it in. Is that one?
Yeah, but that's the one I would play after.
But this Fisher version or not the Fisher version?
Not the Fisher version.
So which version are we doing?
See
if you can find it on there, if it's on there.
It is.
Some of his versions you're not gonna find on Spotify, guys. This guy, he's
by James Cole. Like I said, it's got nothing to do with how they sound together. It's just that's something that's come to my head that I'm in that position. Mm-hmm. I have to take over something. So it's nothing to do with the mixing of the beats or similar sounds. It's just.
I've never heard this one. Oh no, I have. I'm lying. I have.
But okay. That's it. I mean, one of many that's come to me head that everyone's singing along to that one. Everyone's going to sing along to that one. So that's like you. Off the top of my head, that's something. But I'd be frantically searching through the USB to find something.
Amazing. We're gonna go the next song here. 2 more songs. So the next song here is gonna be a song Jason plays a lot recently that I'm feeling, but I want to know what you'd play after it.
Is this the Take Your Brain to Another Dimension one?
No, I have that on here, but that's not the one. That's actually, what are you doing, man? It's the next song. It's the next song on the list. It's the next song on the list again. Jeez, get out of my head. No, so it's called "Touch Me" by Thomas Jam. Let me try to find the part. Oh, sorry.
Nice, so if it was just me and Jason's playing now, what would I got? I would probably go for a song called, at the minute that's in me, the Trust Me by the Dunmore Brothers.
Trust Me, the Dunmore Brothers, okay.
And this is actually, I think, the best track of this song.
Okay.
Or
for this song, okay.
For me.
For you. I'm gonna use it tonight in some of the reels then. I like that.
I don't know what that's
Why haven't I heard this yet? What am I doing?
That's a great song.
Okay, we'll put that in the little, on the right sort. Okay, last song. You're killing it, as always. You're killing it. I want to do something even different. Like, let's go off the beaten path even more.
More different than Without You.
I knew that one was gonna throw you off, but you got it. No, you're right. You can't really do anything more different than that. Let's just let's go to. Let's keep it simple, I guess. Last one. I'm gonna go ahead and just do this. So it's Let It Go, Louis Vega, Martinez Brothers.
Okay.
But this is the TMBLV extended dub version. See if I can find where it works.
Tough one, that in that song, beautiful. There's a mix of, well, actually, there's an artist called Dario Dapis. So maybe I would put his mix of something with jazz on.
This guy is a machine. I can't believe it. I wish I remembered the names of songs as quickly as you do.
Oh, where is it? Only because what I can hear him on it. That like in the background now. I can kind of hear that in the mix, but there's this track here which is.
Yeah, I know this song.
You know this song, but I don't. That's one that just came to me head there. But again, who knows? In the moment,
you never know what you're doing. Let me play this a little bit longer so that we can all hear it. Hey. Okay.
Great song.
Close it out. 4 songs left. You got your daytime session song. You got your middle sunset song. This is like the early sunset song. Okay. You got the last 45-minute sunset song, and you got your nighttime song. What are you playing for us? Just give us those 4.
The song after sunset, or no?
That's good too. So 5 songs. I would like the song after sunset.
A daytime song?
Daytime song.
That I'm always gonna play. Strategy by it's the Reflex Revision. And it's a really old. Oh man, what is it, man? Here we go. Archie Bell and the Gels.
Found it. Archie Bell and the Drells. Yeah.
You got to listen to the guy singing, man. It's quality.
Saving that one. Yeah, I've heard you.
But here's a little thing for you on this one. You know the band Faithless?
I think so.
Insomnia. You know Insomnia?
Yeah.
Right. So they have a track called Muhammad Ali. Mm-hmm. And you know Maxi Jazz, the singer? You know anything about Faithless? Well, his idol was Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
And not for anything to do with that song, but they sampled that for their track. This is just making. So Muhammad Ali by Faithless.
That's how you keep your rating so long. You know, see me as superstar, man, I have time to waste with your minions and things.
We name in the background.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. Yeah, they're doing the same. Okay.
Class song
Sample.
now.
Have y'all heard that sample? Okay.
Right, so that was the daytime set, and then I've one lounge.
The moment at sunset, like before the 45 minutes.
Before the 4. All right. Well, actually, one that's come here because I just remembered it yesterday is by a guy who has played here a few times called Ridney, and it's actually called "Left My Heart at Mambo."
Oh. Shout outs to Ridney. That's our guy over here. Left My Heart at Mambo. Give that a little spin.
It's just a nice kind of like floaty piano vibe on the terrace.
See that. Yeah. That's kind of. So this is the sound you're looking for around that time. Oh, cool. He's got the video.
Of course he has.
This might be your video, Carl. I don't know whose video this is, but no? Maybe it's mine. I don't know. But he got a video on Spotify. That's really cool. Oh, right. Nice. Okay. Next. It's sunset time.
Sunset time.
45 minutes.
So just
Something. What are you playing?
what am I playing?
You can't say Oasis.
What can I play? What did I play yesterday? Something. So I had some new stuff yesterday. Oh, actually, go back to Faithless because it was a track that I found recently. It's called Evergreen.
That track never gets old then, huh? If it's evergreen.
It's very, and obviously it has to be a real golden sunset for me to play that, you know.
Perfect. Last two.
The song directly after sunset.
Directly after, and then directly after the special guest, and then we're out of here.
Song directly after is Hope by Guti.
I love that song.
Well, there you go.
Every morning, hope.
I live to serve.
Every time I wanna pray. Let me actually play the real song because I'm doing a terrible job there.
Because that's just got everything about him, man. It's really, it's like, I don't really like using the word Balearic, but it just, it's just everything it needs to be as a set opener. It's got the vocal is pure Ibiza. It's just a nice groove. There's a little kick there, and then really it can just go in any direction from that. But that is one of something I pinched off Andy Baxter in I think 2014 when it got released, man.
Yeah, so this guy actually came here my first season, and he did the entire set with no tracks. I don't know how you record this. That's what that's called.
Just live, you would do it live.
He literally was just making the sounds as he was going.
Special.
It was ridiculous. I was like, wait, what's going on? Because you remember, this is my first year working here too, so I'd never seen it. Like, he was just making a sound, then putting it to another sound, and then putting it to another sound. That was when I realized that he made this song. And I was like, oh man, this guy is amazing. Last song.
Is this just any song that I would play, or does it have to be specifically?
Let's say Tonight.
Tonight, after David Penn.
We don't know if he's gonna actually play us tonight, but like a song that you would play tonight after David Penn.
What song would I be definitely playing? Song, but well, it's not really everyone, but it's called Got to Be Loved, Soul Reductions, because that's one that's just came back into my mind because I was going through.
I like that song.
There you go. All good, boss?
Man, thank you so much for doing this
again,
man. Guys, this was Ryan McDermott, resident DJ, 10 years here at the company, 9 years here at Café Mambo. He's killing it again. Tonight he's doing a nighttime session. Sunday he's doing a full day session.
Tomorrow is all night.
Also, yeah.
6 till 2 tomorrow, Woo! 12 till 10 Sunday.
Woo! Keep those numbers up.
Here
we go. This is our guy, Ryan McDermott. This is Mambo Tales Season 5, and we're checking out.